All right, welcome. Hey, Deacon John here. Thanks. Don't forget we are listener supported, so if you head over to freedomslips.com, that's freedomslips.com. We appreciate your support. You can make a donation on the front page or in the chat room. Again, we have to raise about $2,650 this month, each and every month. So we very much appreciate your support. And today, for some basic analysis and some chit chat and see what's going on with the news, we have the Hijacker. How are you, Hijacker?
Pretty good, Deacon. How am I coming through?
Loud and clear. So what's going on with Mr. Trump? Is he sort of disappearing? Are they not wanting him to talk on the airwaves? Is a conspiracy against him? What's going on?
Looks like Trump's going to throw it. Looks like he's not going to do anything with this Colorado deal. The chairman of the Colorado Republican Party basically shut his phone off and said, go ahead, burn the party down. I don't care. So looks like the Zionist Bolsheviks who've got control of the Republican Party are going to kill the party off. That's what it's looking like to me. But it doesn't look like he's going to do anything. Deacon, the polls are coming out in New York. They're saying he's just getting just above 50%, 54%. When in Wisconsin, when the first 54,000 votes came in, the mail-in ballots, Trump was 60, 63, 68, 65%. And now they want to say that he's just above 50% in New York. So I guess they're going to go ahead and make sure he doesn't get all those delegates. And they're just going to chip away at the delegates. And meanwhile, they're going back behind the lines, South Carolina, Missouri, all kinds of states, and saying after the first ballot, anybody but Trump. So now, I'm gaming it out. The Chinese and the Russian intelligence now know that there's not going to be no economic messiah, no infrastructure worldwide, no doing what you're talking about, using Trump to basically, take us into bankruptcy court and figure out who gets what. They're just going to crash the whole thing. So they say there's 250,000 troops lined up in the Ukraine that are now all trained, ready to go. It's winter's past, the ground's getting firm again. They don't have to worry about tanks getting stuck in the snow and the mud. And so it looks like the big strike point is going to be the Ukraine. And if they come rushing in with 250,000 to the Russian-speaking people, then Russia's got to respond. Also, Russia wants to annex Odessa, like they did in Crimea. So that looks like that's going to be the hot spot. So looks like they got war on the plate for us. They're going to pull the plug, economic collapse, burn the Arabs out of their atrium, and away we go. So China's building up for it. Russia's building up for it. In fact, all nations have increased their defense budgets. So that's the surreal world that they're driving us to. But there you go. I don't know. What do you got, Deacon?
Well, I was just actually getting ready when we had talked. Let me take a look and see. So I don't think I think Trump is realizing he's screwed and he can't win. And I think that I don't think he's going to throw in the towel. I think he's going to see it to the end, but I think he knows he can't win. All this stuff that you're seeing on TV the past week, there's a concerted effort of hate against him. They're calling him every name under the book, and all the way down through the local news, it's been scripted. They're hiding. They won't let him get his message out anymore, and they're just against him. Everybody. I mean, this was a concerted effort. I mean, billionaires have spent money to keep him out. And I don't think you're going to see here, billionaires fund anti-Trump delegate push. I don't see how the guy's going to win. Billionaires, this is over Politico. Billionaires fund anti-Trump delegate push. Super PAC mounts state-by-state effort to elect convention delegates who oppose Trump. And they spent tens of millions trying to boost their favorite presidential candidates. And then they poured cash into ads attacking Trump, and now some of the biggest donors on the right are turning their attention to delegate fight. Anti-Trump billionaires are funding ground operations in an increasing number of states to try to ensure the selection of national convention delegates who oppose Trump. The strategy is being executed by the anti-Trump Our Principles PAC, which has stated a goal of blocking the bombastic billionaire from clinching the GOP presidential nomination before the party's convention in July. If they say they won't stop there, they intend to keep up the pressure all the way to July to stop him to get the nomination. They're using unprecedented use of super PAC cash. And I guess rich people are donating a lot of money to this. And basically nobody likes him. I mean, I don't know. I still think Cruz is the hatchet man that the Bush crime syndicate family brought in. And Bush or Cruz and Kasich are just in there just to deny him the nomination. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's how they're doing in New York. They're using the white boy Kasich, saying that he's getting like almost 30% of the vote. Cruz, because he made that comment about New York values and he kind of snubbed New Yorkers. New Yorkers don't forget stuff like that. So he's only got like 15% of the vote in New York. So they're going to use Kasich basically to make sure Trump gets under 50% so they can take probably half the delegates. I think he's got to get over 50% to get I think he's got to get a majority in each district, which he's not going to have a problem. But then the other half of the delegates, he's got to get over 50% of the vote overall in New York. And so they're just going to keep doing this, just chip delegates here, chip them here. They'll probably do another Colorado deal. So it pretty much looks like they've taken the party over. And looks pretty desperate situation here, Deacon, as far as the country and where we're going to go. I know the militias are all building up now. Everybody can start to feel you better start packing up into groups because the way it's starting to go. But once this dollar collapses, and they probably can keep it up until the next president, although some people are saying no. Some people are saying 6 weeks. There's just no way. But
I know that's the thing. I mean, I've been talking to V. He sent me a message. I got to talk to him offline. Now V has left the station. He's started his own YouTube channel over there on YouTube. He still does his Friday night thing from 8 to 10, but he's got his own YouTube channel over there. And I'm going to try. We missed each other in private messages, but he thinks something may come, like you're saying, soon. A lot of people, a lot of economics guys are saying that they may just crash it at the end of Obama. It could happen. The thing is, people, if you don't have yourself a place to go, I don't know what to say to you. I really don't know what to say to you. So, Hijacker, I mean, are you concerned about any of this economic stuff here?
Yeah, well, I was watching Trump and seeing if Trump would win the nomination, then maybe we were going to get 4 or 5 years of peace and prosperity, or some kind of logical way of life. But just seeing what they're going to do to Trump means that all they got is the glide path to, really, it's a world war. They need a great organizing principle. Once this reset, this economic collapse comes, they need a big play, not just some little 9/11. They need something bigger than that. So it looks like it is going to be war, probably with Russia and the Ukraine. So I told my kids put the property on the market, and I'm going to get them to get a place a little bit deeper back into the Cascades. I'm deep enough back already. I mean, literally, I can walk off my property into the mountains, but it's not deep enough. So just to get away from the mass of the population centers. So the real estate market here in Seattle and Washington State is really hot. I mean, it's like really, really hot, unbelievable. So it looks like they can sell the property no problem. So, get out from underneath the note. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I wish I could give people hope, Deacon, but they it seems to me that it's the internet that's really the thing that's driving everything, Deacon. It seems to me that people are getting on the internet, they're finding out the true reality of this world, who really runs it, what the real score is. Everything's been unmasked, the media, the political parties. Everybody can pretty much see it. You can see there's no honor out there, just a bunch of people under their own self-interest grabbing what they can grab, any way they can grab it. And so between, the baseness of man, and greed and ego, we just kind of imploded on ourselves. That's what it's looking like. But the internet's driving it because a lot of people are seeing the real score. And that's the thing that got to shut off. That's the big thing they need to stop. They think they need to stop. So how they go about it, it's got to coincide with the actual collapse of the dollar. The BRICS nation are coming online in about a week, the 19th or something. Same with the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, who wants to put ports in. They actually want to do what I'm talking about, what Trump can do with a one-time last cash out of the Federal Reserve. So that's what the Chinese and the Russians and the Asians want to do. India, put ports and roads and rails in and try to outrun this massive debt that's overtaken the world. But it doesn't seem like the people, running the West want to give up the magical money machine. And so it looks like they're just going to crash it, getting everything in place. So I wish I could say something hopeful, Deacon.
Well, no, there's nothing hopeful to say. I mean, right here, the Washington Examiner says GOP braces for rules fight that could decide the 2016 nomination. One key committee at the 2016 Republican National Convention will determine whether Donald Trump and Ted Cruz supporters of the GOP leadership has the advantage in choosing next nominee. The Rules Committee makeup and decisions have shaped the presidential race before. Morton Blackwell has attended rules meetings at every convention since 72, said he believes the outcome of the last contested convention in 76 hung in the balance of the Rules Committee. That's when Reagan lost it to Ford. They're going to screw him. They're going to change the rules. He's not going to get the nomination, and then you're going to get Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton will be the next president. This has already been decided by the Bilderbergers and the elites. And
Jonathan E. Moore, he's a constitutional lawyer. By the way, I know Morton Blackwell, so he probably knows who I am. By the way, Morton, thanks a lot for my hellish life for 30 years. You conservatives are really out there. Got the best damn gunslinger in the world. Come up with your contract with America, and you didn't do anything. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. But Jonathan E. Moore, he says that Comey is going to indict Hillary, and that it's going to come probably after she's nominated. And they believe that the case is so great that they're going to let it go to the grand jury, and that she's going to get indicted. So that's his take on it. He's an inside the beltway type of guy. He's not quite mainstream, but he's not quite alternative. He's got like one foot in either camp, one ear in either world. So who knows, Deacon? Who knows? It just could be a head fake. I can't see how they could even think with the kind of record and the knowledge that we have about the Clintons actually put her in charge of the presidency. She can't even get a national security clearance. Just hard to believe at all.
Well, I mean, these people are, look, here's the thing. I still have to go back to the fact that, people just, there's something wrong with people, Hijacker. Here's another thing this is from Nitehawk. Next Tuesday, the Chinese are scheduled to announce their switch from the dollar to yuan on next Tuesday, April 19th, which will send about $2 trillion in cash back to the U.S. People, I'm telling you right now, if you don't have your act together, you don't have everything you need, your food, your water, your reserves, whatever it is, man, you better go do it now. I'm telling you, because I'm just telling you that I had people I talked to, I met in the Tea Party that were in the military and worked for the government, and some of these guys were shot up overseas and got medals and stuff. They're not wackos, and they're telling me that they saw plans 3 or 4 years ago how they're going to do this and how they're going to cordon off the cities and martial law, and they're going to have zones and everything like that. We're not playing games. I mean, people, you got to understand something, all right, Hijacker? I mean, Hijacker is right. The last hope for the economic savior was Trump, and they want to implode it all. They have to implode it all, or they won't be able to build up their new world order. I mean,
yeah, they want world domination, and they just want to bring the Russians, who've got like 12% of the Earth's landmass and riches and gold and mines. And then they want to bring China to heel, and they pretty much got China. And so really what's the big holdout is Vladimir Putin, the great and mighty king of Mother Russia and Russia. And
so here's the rest of this. President Obama and Vice President Biden are to meet with Fed Chair Janet Yellen today after the Federal Reserve's emergency meeting this morning. In the history of the United States, it has never before taken place that both the president and the vice president met unexpectedly with the Federal Reserve. Speculation is already flowing all over Washington, D.C. that it may have something to do with the survival of the government. Members of the House and Senate are said to have been up all night in discussions and meetings with floods of phone calls back and forth. Tuesday and Wednesday, the G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meet in D.C. And on Thursday, the IMF and World Bank meet in D.C. as well. So that's from Reuters. Let's see if we can get Nitehawk in here. This is crazy stuff, man. If this is true, people, you better go get your ammo and your guns now and your cans of beans and rice or whatever, because I'm telling you, man, if this stuff is true off of Reuters.
Paul Minnesota, who goes to our church, him and his wife and their 3 kids.
Hold on.
And their kids are just little.
You caught me unawares there.
Sorry. Is this for real? What I just read?
Yeah, I've been chasing this all day. I seen a little blurb on Superstation this morning, so I started chasing all the facts, and yep.
So they're going to do it, aren't they? They're going to declare bankruptcy, and shit's going to hit the fan in the streets, baby. Huh?
Well, what the hell are we going to do with $2 trillion cash flood all of a sudden?
Well, they planned this. This is something they've planned for years.
Yeah.
Hijacker, I mean, this is incredible if this is true.
Yeah, I would say do something, do it quietly. Don't tell everybody else. Don't tell everybody everything you know. I'm just going to fill all my cans of gas and make sure I'm stocked up with things I need and use. And I'm going to turn everything else that I can and still be able to pay bills, hopefully, if it don't go too crazy, and just turn it to silver or something.
Well, I mean, how do you think this is going to unfold? Is this going to blow up all of a sudden, like overnight type of thing? I mean, Lindsey Williams said that the pace that this would unfold is stunning. It would happen like in 24 hours. Everything would financially would blow up. I mean, they've been pushing that balloon up, since 2008. They've been trying to push that balloon all the way back out there where it was. So when it all goes down, it'll just leave all the assets in the world to just a few powerful people in government.
Yeah, there'll be an event. It's going to be an event like they did on the X-Files. Mulder was talking to this guy inside the government, and he goes, "This is how it's going to start. It's going to start on a Friday afternoon. The banks are going to close and declare a holiday. By Monday, they're going to say they're going to open up the banks, but then there's going to be a bank holiday on Monday, and then it will just continue on. Then sometime midweek, there'll be something that happens with the power grid, and the electricity will go off."
My power grid's been nothing but trouble for the last 2 weeks. It flicks off twice a day for a minute or two. I was down for 2.5 hours yesterday. No explainable reason. So the power grid's already acting crazy all over Kentucky anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, we've been harping on this for a while. For years we've been doing this, and if you don't have your beans and rice and guns and ammos and a place to go, people, after listening to this stuff for 2 or 3 years, I don't know what else to tell you. But if that stuff that he posted here from Reuters is true, and those meetings are going to happen, you're looking in the next week or two bankruptcy.
Oh, they've been having secret meetings. Dave of the X-22 report says the reason why they got secret meetings is because everything is not all well. You only have a secret meeting when things are not going well. So, and they're having a whole series of them. It's more than just this week, Deacon. It spills over to the next week. So, these are a whole series of meetings, closed door meetings. So, I don't know. It could be we're right on the precipice of it, and we don't even know it. It's just going to wow, out of nowhere.
Looks like they removed the page. It's gone. That you just pasted. It says page not found.
Try it again.
Yeah. Well.
Repost it again, Nitehawk. Did they swipe it clean?
Do what?
The URL you just gave me, it says page not found. They either took it down or something.
Seriously? Hold on.
Maybe he just. Okay, welcome back. Hey, we're listener supported here at freedomslips.com. Don't forget, head to our website, freedomslips.com, and make a donation. Can you guys cover here for a bit? I have someone who showed it. Thank you. All right.
Okay. All right, Deacon. So, yeah, it'll be an event. It will come all at once. It will be all within 24 hours. It'll be one thing after another. It'll probably be the event, a terrorist attack of some sort. Some people speculate it's going to be Chicago. Others speculate it's going to be nuclear power plants dealing with electricity. Some people think it's bio. A couple people think it's going to be an EMP. North Koreans are going to fire something. But whatever it is, shortly after that, the markets collapse, and basically the dollar collapses, and it's going to go really quick. Then probably something will probably happen either in the Middle East or the Ukraine. They need a big war. War is the greatest organizing principle of a society. And that's really what they want to do, is they want to reorganize it, particularly economic, where they can go to the biochip or the RFID chip, some sort of electronic currency. So that's what we're looking at. I did want to let everybody know I'm actually going to go to an event the 22nd of April, close by my home, close, like 60 miles, in Edmonds, Arnie's. It's a seafood house. The 22nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time, Arnie's, and it's sort of a get-together of a group of people. If you want to find out more details, just get a hold of Mark Sargent, and he can give you the details. 22nd, 6 o'clock at Arnie's in Edmonds. So what else we got here? So I don't know if you're still on the line, Nitehawk, but at what point do you go black and unplug the radio station? I mean, you got your own game you're playing. So when do you unplug the station? When do you say enough is enough? Or do you just let the power go out and that's it?
I'm going to keep going until I can't go anymore.
Oh, I see. So if you see the markets collapse or whatever, you're just going to stay on until your station's taken off the air. Then, huh?
Well, yeah. What else would I do? What else would I do?
I don't know. When you see it come to the end, there's not more you can do.
No, I mean, just stick to the end.
Huh. Wow. So
if you first don't succeed, skydiving's probably not your thing.
yeah, we won't get a second chance. So now with everything that you know, Nitehawk, just gaming things out, we've never seen so many convergence of, I mean, real time things that are happening in the world with the Fed, with China, with the politics. I mean, I'm not talking about the esoteric, spooky, scary, spiritual dates, Smita. I'm talking real stuff. Have you ever seen so many things that are really part of our true reality actually converging? I mean, have you seen, can we point to where this will blow over? I mean, have you seen anything like this?
I don't know. I don't like to speculate because it'll make you look like an idiot. I'm just saying it's better be prepared. Don't buy stuff you'll never use. Buy stuff you'll use, and then, buy silver, like that silver sheet I was just put in the chat room, because, if nothing happens, and you just turn it back into cash and you're all good to go.
Yeah, and they do say silver's going to spike. That's one of the things. Interesting statistic. There's actually less silver in the world than there is gold. Kind of a weird type thing. And then silver also has a manufacturing. They got a name for what silver is. Mimic. It can be used in industry, basically, computers, cell phones, that type of thing. So it's got dual use. I'm still waiting for somebody to go into a McDonald's with a newspaper and a silver coin and walk around the people actually in McDonald's and try to get them to guess what the silver's worth. And if they guess it, basically give them the silver piece. But that would be the true measure, because if things do go sideways, silver, everybody recognizes silver as worth something. What it would be is anybody's guess, but that's recognizable sort of instinctually by everybody. Same with gold. I don't know if it's because it's shiny or heavy or what it is about gold and silver, but it's always been money. So,
well, nothing makes a more satisfying clunk than a silver eagle hitting my desk. So,
yeah, it's got that feel, the whole works to it. So, anyways, where can they get that, Nitehawk? Just go to freedomslips.com, site support.
No. If you need quantity, go to JM Bullion. If you order over $100, the shipping is free and it's next day shipping. So.
And who is that?
JM Bullion.
JM Bullion. Right. Once in a while, my kid will do a buy from. It's a different one. I can't remember who he is, but it's reputable, and I think they actually have insurance on it. So if it gets lost in the mail, you're still guaranteed. There's an insurance to it, so you can actually order it over the mail, and get a brick, and
right.
Not worried about getting ripped off.
Yeah, about 3 months ago, I had a few extra bucks, and I got a 20 roll of Silver Eagles while it was at 13. It's like I don't have a lot of extra money to do that, but when I do, that's what I do, because it can just sit in my safe, and it just becomes more valuable as it sits in there most of the time. So.
Well, you said something important about the gas. For you people in the cities, if you can get yourself a little trailer and get yourself about 10 5-gallon gas cans, really secure. Don't put them in the home. Make sure you store the stuff in a shed or under a tree, under a tarp, away from the house, away from kids. And then if you got a trailer and you start to see things go, have a state park or a national forest close by where you can just basically crash land.
Yeah, just whatever you do, don't go to any wildlife refuges.
Well, that's what a national forest is.
It's a joke. They might shoot you.
Oh. Well,
it's a joke that's not really a joke.
Yeah, really, after Finnegan. Which, by the way, I never did get a clarifying or an ending. What happened with that whole John B. Wells and the 14 different websites coming down? Are you all back?
He didn't do anything about it. I didn't think he would anyway, so.
Well, why do you think he did it? And I just cannot believe it was his underling that took the authority to do something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on it, Nitehawk? What happened?
That I can't tell you, dude. I have no damned idea. I mean, it's pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah, and it was a really hard-hitting interview with the wives of the Bundys. So, I don't know. I've never seen that before. So,
they did restore Bundy, Finnegans channel, because the blow black there would have been pretty damn obvious.
Oh, really? So they did restore one, but not the rest?
Yeah.
Wow, it was a hit. Huh. Wow, pretty vicious. But, well, I don't know what to say. You got anything on the Trump? You got anything, you think Trump is just going to let it go?
No, he ain't gonna let it go. But I'm telling you what, there's the shenanigans in Colorado was a whole bunch of stupid. I mean, that's the most blatant finger futs in the election process that I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I added up the delegates between the Wisconsin win and the 34 for Colorado, and so Trump was ahead by 200, but just in those two states, the way they were able to manipulate the delegates, Trump lost a quarter, or 50, basically 50, 60 delegates, where Cruz caught up. So now Trump, I think, is only ahead by 100 and some. So I think they're just going to chip away at it. And even though Trump will probably get to the convention with more delegates, it won't be enough. And then I guess they're going to just do the rules changes and give us somebody. Now, Ryan's out. Ryan came out this morning, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. He says he's not going to take the nomination. He's not going to put his name in a hat at the convention. So I don't know. I thought this would be a perfect target where Trump could use some of his money and really tap into the anger in Colorado and pull all the surrounding states and do a protest march and really put it to him. It was perfect. It would have been a national type thing, but he's just letting it go. So he had a chance to really take the Republican Party's credibility, and he's just quiet. So this is like what you talked about before, Nitehawk. This is like a Ross Perot replay. It's that type of thing, or a Ron Paul. They build you up, give you a guy, and then right in the end, things don't go right. Or
well, you mean like Ross Perot?
Right. Yeah.
I was expecting all the 80s bands to come back after I seen Clinton and Bush in the same election again with an outsider trying to sneak in. I was waiting for Motley Crue to come back on the road. Musician joke some people won't get, but anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of flummoxed. I've been running a little slow last couple days because I about lopped my thumb off and had to basically glue it back on. And it's been hurting pretty good. Have been having to take real good care of that. Whole arm hurts from the damn thumb. So I've been doing a lot of laying around and just casually keeping an eye on the news sources I watch the most, and this is about it.
Yeah, it does seem it's kind of the calm before the storm. But with this thing with Trump, I mean, here it is, a guy who could have just swept the Republican Party, House, Senate presidency to victory. And so you can see the handwritings on the wall. They just don't care. And then what's happening with the economics. I guess you heard about all the Walmarts that are closed. Just in this country, almost 200. Did you hear about that, Nitehawk?
I've heard a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah. What exactly they're doing, people really don't know. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell people.
Somebody just showed me something real interesting in the chat. It's RioGrande.com. They sell silver grain in which you can dole that stuff out. It's runs from 0.95 sterling to Lagar casting alloy and stuff like that at different prices per ounce. It's more expensive than the coins, but when you work with the little grain and ball, you can get exact measurement.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what to say here. At least we can see going in it. So if you are in a city, look for your out. Look for your way out. Look for a place to crash land. And you just have to sort of watch. It will be some kind of event, and even a pre-event you might see. You're looking for the anomaly, something unusual that might give you 48 to 72 hours head start. There's always there's always precursors, movement, people closing museums, or unexpectedly, groups of important people disappearing, or seeing a lot of planes at Denver airport. If this is the big kahuna, so to speak, big enchilada, and we're right here, and they're not even going to try to make it to the next presidency before, they collapse the dollar and go for their big reset, then you should see anomalous behavior somehow. Just keep tuning into Revolution Radio. We should pick up on it. Like Nitehawk said about his power going down, that's happened to me, actually, where I'm at. And the only thing I can figure, because when I drive down the bottom of the mountain and go into town a few miles away, there's a substation. And there's a lot of rich folk out where I'm at. Actually, there's a lot of law enforcement that got farms and ranches and stuff like that. But I noticed at the substation, they've got top of the line equipment in there. There's always people doing it. And in different places where I'm at in the Cascades, one road that goes up one particular place, if a storm comes or the power goes out, that place will be shut down. But then, for whatever reason, I'm one of the lucky ones. Ours doesn't go down. Although it did a couple of weeks ago. It went down for about an hour. No reason whatsoever. So, and then there's always these glitches. That's the other thing I notice, is that they'll kill the power for a minute. And I don't know if they're resetting people's computer or they're knocking people's alarm systems offline. Not really sure what that's about.
Well,
but
when that happens here, the station's down for 5 minutes while I get everything back up. I'm building a different kind of UPS that'll hold longer in the back, so these little blips don't cause so much trouble, because it'll be just like 170, just like chick, but it's enough to kill the computers.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I got a generator and stuff, but the
It's not quick enough.
I took the UPS out I had because it was just the fans gave me a headache. They had 2 fans in them, and they always spun at 2 different speeds, and it had this oscillation. It was like, and it gave me a headache after sitting in here all day. I was getting these migraines, and I couldn't figure out why until it died, and I took it out, and my headaches went away. It was just the subharmonic oscillation or subharmonic that was coming from 2 fans running at just a few RPMs of difference.
Yeah. Now listen, on this anomalous, anything like if you see a Trump withdrawal, if they steal another state, and Trump does a big press conference and he goes, "This Republican Party is so corrupt. There's no reason why I should spend any more money or spend any more time." Any type of anomalous thing like that, that'll give you a precursor to a big event that's about to happen, or a dramatic change that they got. But we're not getting out of it, folks. There were $200 trillion in debt worldwide, all the municipalities. Now there's supposed to be some really big scandal. The $4 trillion in the pension funds. You're talking about the cops and the teachers. This nationwide pension fund. They're a little known secret, or maybe it's a big secret, is they bankrupted it. And so, these are pension funds. That's big stuff. And these are state employees. I mean, they eat their own. These are cops. So when that information comes out, now I haven't got all the information on it, and it could be a rumor, but I don't think so. I know Social Security's drained, but I don't know if the Chinese are using their $2 trillion and sending all that money back as a weapon. I don't know if we're so close on the verge of a world war that's maybe a response, a first shot from the nations of the rest of the earth fighting back, saying, "Look, we'll drop $2 trillion right on your head and economically collapse you. Yeah, it'll collapse us." Sort of an economic assured mutual destruction to maybe reason with the powers to be, not to go a big world war. But also they're increasing the amount of U.S. military in Yemen or someplace by 500%. I got to look that article up. That just came out in the last day or so. So everybody seems to be moving all over the earth. What's in store? I'm not really sure. So that's it, folks. If Deacon doesn't come back, you're going to have to do your magical stuff on the other end, Nitehawk, to unplug it, because Deacon's got the server.
Oops, forgot to turn my mic on. Okay, so that's the end for that bit. I'm going to chop this off and let it buffer out, and then I'll come back in about 5 minutes or so with another piece from Patricia Aiken, Sacred Cow Barbecue, from the interview she did with a bunch of people with the land grab and the Bundy issue and all that kind of stuff. But I do need to remind everybody that China is moving from the U.S. dollar to the yuan, so that's going to flood $2 trillion back into our economy immediately, and then when they start dropping our bonds, it's going to get worse. I would suggest buying silver as cheap as you can. That would be my suggestion, but don't buy it from me. I give away silver on donations, but if you want to go out and buy bulk silver, you need to go like Jam. I use Jam Bullion because if you buy more than $100 worth, the shipping is free, and they're the only ones that are doing that. So now, if you buy the little breakaways, like the 100-gram breakaways, so you can get 1 gram a piece. I have 1 sheet in case I need it. But, other than that, I buy ounce. I buy it by the ounce at call price. I wish I'd bought more when it was $13, but I didn't have the money. If this goes down and the stock market makes a dump, it may lose 2,000 or 3,000. It may. I'm just saying may. I'm not making a prediction. It may lose 2,000 or 3,000 in a couple of days before it tries to make a recovery. And, be very wary that they do this stuff on Friday, so there's little that you can do for 2 or 3 days, in which case an austerity issue is possible. We saw what happened in Austria and Italy and Greece and all that kind of stuff, where they basically captured the assets of their own citizens to pay bad debts, as if the citizens were responsible to pay bad debts. So if you got, cash in the bank, convert it. It's not like you can't convert it back into cash if nothing happens. If you got gas cans, fill up your gas cans just in case. You're going to get a sharp drop in the price of gas. I've watched this happen over years, so I'm not a financial guy, but I do see patterns, and I've seen patterns in the system. And within the patterns of the system, usually when this stuff happens and the market drops, gas prices go down with it. And when the gas prices go way down, fill every can you have, fill your tank way up, and then kind of wait it out and see what the hell happens. If you got extra dollars, just buy some silver. It's, silver, I wish I'd bought it when it was 13 2 months ago. Now it's 16. I could have made $3 an ounce back on my own investment. I just didn't have the money. But I'm sure it'll probably jump up to about 18 or so, I guess, in the gist of this. So basically you take your cash dollars, turn them into metal dollars, and then you have hedged the inflation with what you have on hand now. It's just kind of basic business sense in that manner. So anyway, we'll be back in a few. I'm going to cut this, let it buffer out, and then I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stand up. Bye.
Enjoy your extra big-ass fries.
You didn't give me no fries. I got an empty box.
Would you like another extra big-ass fries?
I said I didn't get any.
Thank you. Your account has been charged. Your balance is 0. Please
What?
come back when you can afford to make
no,
a purchase.
No.
I'm sorry you're having
Come
trouble.
on. My kids
sorry
are
you're
starving.
Thank you for tuning in to Revolution Radio. Here at Revolution Radio, we believe in freedom of ideas, freedom of speech, but above all, we believe in freedom of existence through self-reliance. This station is 100% listener supported, and as a fundraising promotion, I have a kick-ass free gift for a $100 donation. 35,000 seeds. 25 years in the freezer. Long-term storable, 54 different varieties. So if food prices go crazy, the shit hits the fan, or if you just want to save tons of money every year by creating your own food like I do, grab our seed pack special. Just look for the banner on the homepage at freedomslips.com. Don't be a statistic. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. We need, as humans, to start taking care of ourselves and not depending on the megacorps to provide unhealthy, nasty food. Included in this package is also a DVD with 900 survival and off-grid living documents and the offline home canning how to do everything